Mark Lucas, RandStuffMusic.com. Today we have an absolutely magnificent guitar amplifier, accompanied by some rather magnificent guitars and pedals, but we're going to concentrate on the amplifier today. This is the Suhr Hedgehog 50 with a matching Suhr 2x12 cabinet. An absolutely incredible amplifier. Meant to replicate classic American clean and overdrive tones. Definitely on the blackface, sort of tweedy, sort of D-style amplifier, but with a bunch of features which we're going to get into and headroom to spare. So, what you heard at the beginning of the video were relatively clean sounding channels. So, this first one is like that. The second one has got boost and bright engaged in it. Real fat, clean sort of sound. The third channel I have programmed is definitely driven. And the fourth one, more of a rockier type of sound. So one might ask, how is this achieved? Well, there are 4 pre-programmable sounds you can set. And you can use any of these sorts of additions to do that. Like for instance, in the first channel, we just have the loop engaged and a bright switch engaged, okay? But let's say I wanted to add a deep switch to it. So now we've got, and then here's without the deep, with the deep, and the way to program that is, let's say we wanted to add deep, okay? Hit the store button, keeps flashing, and then you decide which channel you want that in, which program. So I decided for channel 1, so now it's in channel 1. So no matter which channel I go to, when I come back to 1, we have our deep switch engaged, okay? So it's very, very intuitive, very, very easy to use. If we go over to our overdrive section, you can pretty much do the same thing. And this overdrive sound is just cranking. I mean, it's really the closest thing I've heard to a real, for lack of a better term, D-style boutique amplifier. And we'll add some effects. Real personable. And the other thing about the amplifier is that it does have an effects loop on it with a return and send level. So if you want to use, delay, reverb, a tremolo pedal, for instance, that's isolated from the front end of the amplifier because it's in between the preamp and the power amp. So very, very inventive idea. So to give you an idea of what all of these effects sound like, let me go through this. We're using a John Suhr Jackrabbit trem pedal, a TC Electronic Flashback, and a TC Electronic Hall of Fame. Those are for the time delays. We'll take the trem out. So next what we're going to do is we're going to go on to another guitar. By the way, this is a John Suhr Antique Classic. much like everything else that John does, absolutely perfect. Beautiful, beautiful instrument. But it has the classic V70 pickups in it, so it's definitely the more strattier of the sounding of guitars. So we just got this one in. This is a modern Pro, I believe, with a burl top on it. 5-way switching, 24 frets. This is another absolute musical work of art. There's really isn't anything that compares to John's guitars in the market today. They're just so absolutely flawless. But nonetheless, so here's a clean sound, program 1, through a neck humbucker. Next switch. And then both pick up. And then the bridge pickup. Now if we go to our boosted sound, which I have programmed, that's what this sounds like. And then our overdriven sound. I'm going to take the deep switch out of there for this time, so now and then for more of a rockier sound, channel 4. Back to clean. So one of the things about John's amplifiers, much like his guitars, is that they are very, very present. They have a lot of fidelity, definition, articulation. They're just really incredible pieces of equipment. A few years ago, N Stuff Music went to John's factory in Lake Elsinore, California, and we got to see how his guitars were built, how his pedals were built, how his amplifiers were built. John's factory looks literally like a hospital room. It's amazing the amount of attention and care they put into building virtually everything that they build. They won't accept anything but second to none. And the Hedgehog is a perfect example of it. It's an absolutely meticulous amplifier. If you're looking for something that can do all the American sounds, the tweed type sounds, and the D type sounds, look no further, because this one's got it just all over the place. So, Mark Lucas, thanks for coming to see us at N Stuff Music today. The John Suhr Hedgehog 50 amp with a matching 2x12 cabinet. We look forward to hearing from you, and we always appreciate your business and your comments. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.